Hello, everybody. And if since 2016, people have not really been trusting polling data. But how correct has polling data actually been? And in this video, I'm going to go over only exit polls between all voters so let's begin. And this is on Google Slide, but I previously made a video a little while back of how correct has polling data been is what it was called, and this is the video here. If you want to look at it or check it out yourself. I actually didn't publish it to YouTube, but it wasn't because it wasn't a great video. It wasn't my best video that I made, and I am going to so sorry about that. So it wasn't the best video, but you can see at each state how it looked. It wasn't a good result, and this was one of my first videos I made, but polling data and exit polling data was not really too correct. So let's begin here with people's ages here. So basically what you'll see what we're looking at the top row, what percent of the electric is that, or of this, and then throughout Biden supporters and throughout Trump supporters. So let's look at 18 to 29-year-olds. They make up 17% of the electric, and 60% of those people voted for Joe Biden, and only 36% of those people voted for Donald Trump. He really appears well to younger voters. And then from 30 to 44-year-olds, that makes up 23% of the electric. And Joe Biden wins them 52 to 46, so it's a lot closer, but Joe Biden still wins those here. And then from 45 to 64-year-olds, that makes up 38% of the electric. And it's very, very close. Donald Trump wins these voters, though, 50% to 49%. And with 65 and older voters, that make up 22% of the electric, and they turn and they go with Donald Trump 52%. So that's how it looks among age. But we need to look among age in more categories than that, because it's sort of like if I were to say to you, that like we need to look at this. It's just like we have to break it down more. There's always more breaking down you could do. So from 18 to 24-year-olds, that makes up 9% of the electric, and it is very Joe Biden. It is Joe Biden by 65% to Donald Trump's 31%. Well, 25 to 29-year-olds make up 7% of the electric. Joe Biden wins those 54% to Donald Trump's 43%. 30 to 39-year-olds make up 51%. Make up 16%, and Joe Biden wins them 51% to 46%. Now we're going out further to 49-year-olds, where Joe Biden wins these also 54% to 44%. And also, I'm not going to be looking at how correct has polling data been. I'm just going to be looking at the polling data. Now, finally, the first category Donald Trump wins is 50 to 64-year-olds, where 47% of those voted for Joe Biden and 52% of those people voted for Donald Trump. Now, keep in mind that this is only polling data with 15,000 people, so it's not 150 million people here. But it is mostly correct numbers here. 65 or older, Donald Trump wins those 52% to 47%. So when we break it down in age, you see a lot more. And basically, out to 49-year-olds are voting for Joe Biden. And then families' financial situation today. So better than 4 years ago. So when Barack Obama was in office, 41% of people Worse than 4 years ago, 20% of people, and about the same as 39% of people. So better than 4 years ago, makes up 41%. And those are 72% of those people are Trump supporters. So, and only 26% of those people are Biden supporters. So we're seeing a lot more Trump supporters be better than 4 years ago in their financial situation. Now, did they just say that they are better in their financial situation so it would appear good to Donald Trump? And we can ask the same about Joe Biden. We don't know, but there's probably a couple of those people. Worse than 4 years makes up 20% of the electorate, but 77% of those people voted for Joe Biden or are Joe Biden voters. So a lot of Biden supporters are worse than 4 years ago, whether they're telling the truth or lying. It's same with Trump people. Are they telling the truth or lying? And about the same makes up 39% of the electorate, and 65% of those people are Biden supporters. So Biden is doing a little bit better here in this polling. They had only 34%. Are Trump supporters life for the next generation of Americans here? Better than today is 54% of people, and those are mostly Biden supporters. 55% of those people are Biden supporters. 44% are Trump supporters, so about even there. Worse than today, 20% of people say that, also Biden supporters with 52%, and then people about the same make up 21%, and they are mostly Trump supporters at 58% of people. So it's so a lot of Trump supporters think that the life of the next generation of Americans will be about the same. Most Biden supporters better than today. So not a lot of people say worse than today, but you have those people. Only 20% of people say it will be worse than today. Condition for the nation's economy. 13% of people said it's excellent, and those were 84% of people that were Trump supporters, which makes sense because he was Trump supporter. Good 36% of people, and those also are heavily Republicans. 75% of those people are Republicans. 24% are Democrats, and it's higher than the last one, but a big spike in not so good is 31% of people, which is 76% of Democrats, of Biden supporters, and 22% of people say it's not so good of Trump supporters. And poor, that's the nation economy, 87%. So most Democrats say that it is a poor economy. 19% of people, that's the least, that's not the least amount, but 87% of people say that. Only 10% of Republicans or Trump supporters say that. So the highest Democrat is poor. The highest excellent is excellent. Next, we have party ID. This is one of the interesting things. Democrats made up 37% of the electorate. Well, 94% of Democrats said that they would be voting for Joe Biden. Now, 5% said they were voting for. Democrats said they were voting for Donald Trump. Now, this could be partially the reason why Joe Biden won the election, because a lot of Democrats turned on him. They in 2016, a lot of Democrats turned on Hillary Clinton. A lot of Democrats voted for Donald Trump. And then the GOP make up 36% of the electorate, which 6% of people there voted. 6% of Biden, or not, 6% of Democrats voted for Donald Trump, while only 94% of people, 94% of people of GOP were voting for Donald Trump. And then we have a split one of independents, make up 26%. And they went to Joe Biden with 54%. A lot of independents also went to Trump with 41%. And a lot of independents went to Trump back in 2016. So people's race, 67% of people were white, and they voted to Donald Trump by 58%. 13% of black people or people of color were 13%, and 87% voted for Joe Biden, heavily amount. Latino, 65% to Joe Biden, also making it 13%. Asian, 4%, 61%, and others, 55% to Joe Biden. Asian and other, also 4%. Then your gender, less males voted this election, but they voted for Donald Trump with 53%, and more. And Joe Biden won 45, or Joe Biden won 57% of 60, and that's supposed to say 52, not 62. 52% of females voted for Joe Biden with 57%. Okay, voted for. Did they vote for your candidate or against the opponent? Now, most Republicans voted, so most Trump supporters voted for Donald Trump, not against Joe Biden, while most Democrats voted against Donald Trump. So could Joe Biden win a second term? I'm not sure with that data. So this was a fun video that I made. So thanks for watching it, and I will see you in my next video.